Yo, what's good everyone, welcome back to another video of Minecraft Creative Mode. As you can see, I'm in the same place I finished off in the last episode, which is in the cottage court, or the little community we've been building recently. So yeah, I have built the cottage courts, or well, the cottages around the cottage court, as I should really be saying. Uh, what's notable for anyone who's new to this channel or series is there's no roads here, it is just bicycle tracks. So yeah, they're just chilling. It's more walkable. You can cross. You can just walk across the tracks. It's really nice and cozy. I think like playing, especially I'd say this. This is probably the nicest one. So we'll head off to bed now. That's called the perfect night's of sleep, by the way. 8 hours, or more than 8 hours, about 8.5 hours. Rain and thunder. Thunder and lightning in the background. Yes, absolutely perfect. Anyway, as I was saying, so head out and I'll start building this mixed-use building. So there's not going to be strictly any structure blocks this episode. It is just building stuff that I haven't built yet. But first things first, what I really need to do is like do the outline or the skeleton structure. So I think it'll be 3 stories. Although I do need to check my notepad, which you can't see on this other monitor I have. So it will be, comes under this category of different types of size of buildings. So I want so everywhere up to 3 floors. So I want 3 floors maximum. I'll quickly just head off here. See, that's roughly what it's going to look like, but a bit smaller. So I'll just paste that back in. Head back to here. And do the skeleton structure. So I think what is said on the blueprint or design or whatever is that this will be common everywhere, and then there's another design, so I think slightly higher density where there's one of in each city or whatever. But because this is only like a small little hamlet or a village, it's not going to really have the ability to be much taller. But also we want it to be a quaint little community, so I don't really want it to be much taller anyway. So the restaurants and shops on the bottom floor, some offices on the middle floor, and I want some apartments on the top floor. That's just how I've always done it. And I'll have like a roof terrace, which doesn't count as a floor, by the way. I have a roof terrace on the top with a continuous band of black concrete around it, so you can have grass on the top. It'll also just be really nice. Not to mention the court that's going to be in the middle. And with that, I'll quickly get out some black concrete and line the top. There we go, that's it. And now what I'm going to do is design like the basement parking lot. So I'll pick out an area that's just, I think this space maybe, or just the face of the building where I don't really mind having like an access ramp for the bicycle parking lot. I can just have full of parking at the bottom. I think it will be this space here. No, I don't really want it to be facing like these tracks or anything. So I'll have it here. Like so, maybe? And it's impossible to truly know, but I'll get some here. Get some of this. And don't really have to worry too much about any sort of access ramps or anything. I think it's going to be, check out the slabs. Yeah, I think the prismarine brick slab might work well, but it's impossible to know really. Anyway, so I'm going to get this sorted out. So it's going to be like so. Yeah, I don't really need to worry about the floor, but I'll just excavate this out. It's 60 I want, so this coordinate 11, 44, 60, minus 160. I want that. I'll copy that. That's all from here to here as air. Yes. That has worked excellently. I don't really need to worry much about this. I'll just fill it back in and I'll add a sort of, I don't want to block, that keeps getting in the way. I'll add this as like a sort of barrier or whatever. I want to quickly get my bike and see the headroom on that. So I head out here. Run this completed community. How is it like going down? That's actually really good. I've done that well. I'll just take a more interesting way back. That should... Oh yeah, that is supposed to be there. Do that round down a single track or whatever. And I just remember I actually want to go left now because I have completed that over there. Which will become my cottage. Head in, park up. I will head across to this main build here. And line all this up with some grey concrete. So that's what we're going to be doing for much of this episode. From here, 1143, 59, minus 159. I don't even want it that big, no. 60 will be fine. 60, minus 159. Let's build from here to 62 with grey concrete. Replace dirt. And that's a surprisingly important factor that I almost missed out. Otherwise I'd fill all of this with grey concrete and it would not be very nice. So I do want a sort of lift access here. So there will be like a lift, but double access, dual access. You're gonna have... Oh, I've not done that well, have I? No, that needs to be a whole block lower. I do actually want it to be 59. Do 59. And fill all of this out from here. To here with air. And the reason why that's so important is because I need to put a roof here, which actually would be here, not the other way around. But then also makes me remember that it should be white concrete. So I'll go here again. Fill it with white concrete this time. Only up to 61 though. And then replace it with grey concrete. So that actually looks like it's working. Want walls like so, but I actually need some more grey concrete like here. And that will be the limit. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I need all this. Just let me bricks that. Don't need that. What I do need now are some fences and some gates. Which I could probably benefit with having all of this as green concrete. So I'll do that now. 1144, 58 minus 171. As lime concrete. No conditions, it just needs to be lime concrete. How will I lay this out? Yeah, that works fine. So I'll have like a one-way system and yeah. Or I'll quickly double check how it would look the other way. And then I'll decide if it works better one way or the other. So have that as like a pavement. Yeah, I'll mark that out as the pavement all the way down. Then what does that give me allowance of this? Yes, I'll do it this way. So yeah, I just need to build some of that. Like so, and as you can see it's quite late at night now. Well, it's 7:30, I'm surprised it's so dark so soon. But yeah, now the bigger question is how I'm going to try and like build the parking spaces. I think it'll be like this. I'll keep it in line, but like so. You've got this all the way down. I'll go around like that, and then I'll have this like a sort of divider barrier forms. People just hopefully use some common sense and not like, yeah, no, I need it like that. It's gonna be really interesting actually. How am I gonna design this? No idea. I'll sort that out later, but the main concern now is dealing with the lift. I think it's like this as a wall. Again, I'll check with the lift. So you got, how do I design them? So you've got lime green and yellow. And now I need green, yellow, regular green. I think sea lantern to be a good indicator though, so like this. Yeah. By the way, this side here is all supposed to be white concrete because it is a pavement. I will just leave this as white concrete as well because again, pavement. That'll be like the lift sorted out. I don't think I'll have stairs. I might have stairs. I think I'll try out some stairs, so it'll be like this again. There'll be no need to worry. I like putting this in any place in particular. So, and just again shrink back the vertical path a bit. And then make myself realise I should have really built Like more parking? Question mark. So it's all going to be like this down here. I can just have it in one uniform pattern, can't I? Like so. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that works. And I'll just have like a stop line here. Yes. So it'll be. This is the main thoroughfare. Yeah. And also that should be this as well. It should be like something else. So how many spaces will I actually need? I think I need more bicycle parking, you know, so might have to go and make this a multi-story. Yeah. I feel I'm quite stuck for ideas here, but I've just realised, and yeah, I might have to. I'll cut back to when I have decided on what I'm going to do. Hey everyone, I am back, and after some decision making, I've decided to utilise the spare space underneath the bicycle track around this building to make quite a bit more bicycle parking. So as you can see, I've built this like notch into the ground forms. I've well, descended it by one block, and then I've filled in this space with as much parking as I can physically can, which has made a lot more parking spaces, which I think is quite good. And I've made sure to back them against the wall so I don't really have any problems with like the pavement. And also the pavement's nicely integrated as well. And I think what I'll start doing now is just filling in the area with as much lime concrete. No, I can probably use a command, but it's fine. I've done some maths. Last episode was 57. This one's 58. They've actually got 2 more episodes until the special. I've got a bit more wiggle room when it comes to designing stuff. Although, to be fair, I don't think it'll take us long to design this building, because it's just less building, really. It is mostly just this building here, which is at least half the size, probably a bit less than that as well. The thing I'll do is just use a command to make it my life easier. 11, 37, 60 minus 160. From there all the way across to here. I'll fill there to here with white concrete, but replace stone and dirt, like so. There we go. We can change that to 61, I think. Yes. And that should do most of it. I know there's like a few ores like here. But yeah, that's fine now. Might be able to do some beams across like the roof. Or the ceiling rather. Like here. And then I'll get some sea lanterns. Miss these 2 out because it would look weird otherwise. So I might do... No, I'll leave it like that. I'll just experiment with the sea lanterns. I think this will look quite good. Move across like so. And leave that, yeah. Then, like so. Yeah, that looks good. Although I think it is kind of like getting in the way a bit, but no worries. Question mark? Again, I don't really know. I'm just experimenting with stuff. But anyway, see how this goes. Perfect. No, it isn't, but it is what it is. Or I can just do that. Do it anyway. No, that looks weird. I'm gonna do that. So that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Yeah. And then for here, I'll just do more of the same. Well, I think if I can only do the one, the extra space will be nice. And then here, all the way down. Leave that blank. And then there'll be like spotlights of forms all the way down. Like so. Definitely be stairs here. Yeah. Pressure plates, and then I do have stairs from there. Also here as well. No, because that's where the... I don't even want it to be there. It's going like here. Which is a really, really tight margin we're working with now, but I'll find my ways. For now, we'll just worry about the bicycle parking. And then can I set that back? I'll set that back because I don't really care as much about the parking now. We've got all the extra space. I've set that back. And yeah, we've got those spaces. Start doing the center. Each side, just like so. Just moving all the way around the bicycle parking lot. And that looks done, I think. Yeah. So now I'll just kind of fiddle with the stairs of this place. Can I get away with that? Yes, I can. Just about. Yeah. Though, can always do this. Make that step back, and that just makes it look so much cooler, I guess. So leave that like so, and then you've got the stairs here. Cool. And the final step in this build is to put the roof on this side. It should be a lot easier now we've done that. 11, 62, 62, minus 160. Do that all the way across to here. white concrete. No, no, what have I done here? No, 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 no. I want prismarine slabs. Yeah, that looks good. And I'm getting a bit concerned at the light in the middle, but I'm gonna just put sea lanterns in like this full way. Is that gonna work? That does kind of work, yeah. And then have like sea lanterns here. Mess around with the position of these. Like so. Yeah. No. I'll just not have them, make it easier myself, and not worry about them. That's roughly how it's going to look. A little bit dark in some places, but generally it does have the warmish vibe, and I know these sorts of car parks are generally a bit darker than this, so I think it's okay. But yeah, that's what's done. By the way, I've went up quite off a block because it's just can't really fit an extra space. I've just removed that, and then what we have now is, well, this going all the way around, using up the extra space underneath the bicycle track. So you've got this, and then below you've got some extra space, which I do quite like, I'll admit. It is a well-designed bicycle parking lot because not only have you got the... Actually, I might need to look into dealing with this side, maybe. If I can fit that, then that would be good. No, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's have it here. Yeah. So I know I'm not going to be able to design much before I have to end the video, but not much of a problem. I'll quickly copy my coordinates and head off to the centre of the world. What did I do here? No inset lighting, it was just grey concrete. So I just go back to the where we came. Thankfully, I have already done most of the hard work. I have put in most of the grey concrete anyway, so it's not a big deal. Even on this side, actually, which I'm surprised. Yeah, that's all done. That's all done. I want to put in the floors. I don't think I will. So yeah, we'll put in some glass. So that is quite important. Just fill this in. And by the way, there is a lot of glass. So I don't really want... This is actually going to be a lift shaft, so I don't want glass there. Might want glass there. I'll sort that out later. I don't really want glass here, so I'll just leave that like a wall. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah. Just like so, that's most all done. And then that's this all done. So I'm thinking what I really want to do is have, ideally, like a shop outlet of forms here. And I kind of want a restaurant actually, because if I have a restaurant, or maybe I can make this like the park building that's also mixed use as well. But what I kind of want to do is have, well, offices, apartments, and then maybe like a mix of shops, toilets, and restaurant, like all combined into one. The one thing I might want to do is actually make this the offices floor, the ground floor, and then on the upper floor we've got the full area. We can go for a shop and restaurant combined into one space, and also to the toilets as well. And then on the uppermost floor we'll have the apartments. So because I'm recording this in a session, I don't really need to worry about noting things down, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. So might actually do that anyway, just as like a sort of notebook for what's going to happen. We've got ground floor offices, first floor restaurant and shop, second floor will be the apartment and the terrace, third floor. And by the way, I am saying that this is this floor here is a ground floor and not the first floor, because otherwise you can't have a floor -1. Just saying, you got -1, 0, and you got 1 above, 2 above, 3 above, and then 1 below, and this is here. I'd have, by the way, things like upper ground and lower ground would be, say, if there was just the land was quite steep, and I'd have here, which could be on this side, upper ground, and then like lower ground would be, say, like a valley of forms, and like central ground, that sort of stuff. But we're not going to worry about it. So head back to my cottage, which is right here. And I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all the good stuff. I do have a Discord server, the link of which is on my channel page. You can just join there, chat, chill, have a good time, that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I'll see you either in the next video or my Discord server. So as always, take care. Bye for now.